I suppose if we conclude that we are all machines, we only came to the conclusion of in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery as it is just a product of nature's genius, not our own. Humbling idea, I think. Behaviorism. We are more similar than we think. Sarah. So what did that mean? She was just watching him and not listening. Is this a phone? I think it's a phone. It's very weird looking. That's it's a shovel. She was religious. Telomeres. Okay, so chemistry. DNA. So chemistry / biology. Chris McLean. Okay, so he was a drinker. Canada flag. There's a globe. Family photo. Gerard, Canada. Drilling reports. Okay, let's see, what do these say? Drill malfunctions, expected delays, drilling resumes. See attachment for transport info, long week, forgot to take date. Jackpot, damage to external hull, on hold for inspection, necessary repairs made. On a roll here, routine inspection, audio log 71.1.42, operation paused. Me and Dan, 24. Why is it ripped? Not sure what that is. Can I turn it on? Here's a bat. Okay. Is that? Okay, maybe that's like the thing to lock the door. I don't know. Wait, it's taking medications. Usual dosage: 1 capsule per 12 hours or orally. See the accompanying prescribing info. Protect from excessive light. Manufactured from blah blah. Visual capsules. Okay, yeah, I don't think the entire thing loaded because I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a bottom to that. Okay, assigned hockey puck. Oh, I kind of feel bad for rummaging through this dude's stuff. Like, he's supposed to be dead. And, like, the door for the captain, Chris's brother, is broken. Okay, Soichi. Oh, that must be his wife. Oh, that's his ring. Oh, wow. That's actually that's a really good ring. Pop in. Okay. Hi Matthew, we've been studying organism 119. Please find attached scanning electron microscope image which appears to show pilus formation. We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect a human cell line with organism 119 and perform radiation experiments with flow cytometry. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at the SEM image. Kind regards, Soichi. Hi, Soichi. It was great to see this image. Yet more complex life on Europa. Deinococcus radioendurans might be worth looking at, as it survives very high levels of radiation here on Earth. Similarly, you should consider looking at the produces pill in response to radiation and uses them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses a similar mechanism? Have you considered that organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation? As you well know, in terms of radiation, Europa receives 5.5 4 SV per day, over 300,000 times level on Earth. God damn. Okay, the organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity of survival. That said, the radiation, the necessity of survival. That said, the radiation beneath serum macular is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Radiation experiments with flow cytometry sound like an appropriate course of action. We've just attached an image confirming that organism 119 attaches to human cells. We will proceed with the radiation experiments on these cell lines. We propose naming organism Europa radiophilus. What do you think? We have now run the... Oh, and then next thing is from him. It's from Soichi again. We have now run the irradiation experiments and can confirm that E. radiolarius does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached. We assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. We have tagged various DNA repair enzymes with GFP and found that DNA double-strand break repair is occurring. See attached GFP images. Something's amiss. We don't know what is performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how E. radiolarius, good name, could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in a symbiotic relationship with the organism? Perhaps a virus. We ran a PCR on the human cells exposed to E. radiolarius, or radiophilus. That's it. Radiophilus. To see if there was a virus present. We have discovered an unknown virus, which we have named unknown Europa virus (UEV). Gel electrophoresis image attached. This is phenomenal. You need to sequence this. We've finished sequencing it. Data attached. It is a virus unlike any we have ever seen. Maybe we have found a cure for something. Found a cure for senescence, a form of biological immortality. We are running some long-term tests on plants and mice to see the effects. The plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans when exposed to the organism. We don't have facilities here to continue testing. We are going on to human testing. Oh, brilliant. We are going to use ourselves as the subjects. Oh, even fucking better. It's the only way to accelerate progress. Okay, yeah, if you're not dead, dude, I'll be amazed. That's a pretty plan. Is that? Oh my god, it's a Rubik's Cube. Can I try to solve it? Can I do anything? Oh no, I can't. Damn. This looks kind of like the tank, like thing you'd load in a tank. And there's another Rubik's Cube. What's this? What's a watch? Okay. There's another one? Seriously? So what is it they found, Soichi? Chris, we found an extremophile, i.e. an organism that can live in extreme conditions, that survives massive doses of radiation. Radiation damages DNA. The extremophile has a virus living inside it. The extremophile scavenges DNA from other organisms, which the virus uses to repair the extremophile's damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive in what's called a symbiotic relationship. So what's the implication? What does it do? In some ways, it is an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but that ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging, what is known as senescence. So you found something that could make humans immortal. Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from trauma, brain damage, cardiac arrest, aka heart attack, etc. But it could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases and massively increase life expectancy. Okay, you see, the problem with that is, cancer cells, for those who don't know, cancer cells are, I don't know how they're I can't remember how they're created, but they're still technically a living thing, so in order to get rid of them, at least in today's science, you have to kill everything around it as well. And trying to repair that, it's because cancer cells are already a living part of your body, even though it's technically, you know, it's cancer, which it's, you know, it's bad. Now, that runs the risk of repairing both the damaged cells from the cells damaged by the cancer and the cancer itself, which is why in Heroes, if anybody has seen that show, there's a character who's nicknamed the Cheerleader. Can't remember her name at the top of my head, off the top of my head. But she's going to try to save somebody by using her blood, because she can regenerate from any wound. However, because cancer cells are living cells, it would just cause the cancer to grow even faster. Which is why it's just... So it just makes me worried here. Like, it's very possible. Like, it's possible it could be a cure for cancer, yes, but it could also have some very negative effects as well. And there's a picture of Earth from the moon, violin, or maybe that's a that's a violin, right? And that's a blank wallet. Okay, and there's a bowstring. Motion sickness relief. Are these the same pills? Yeah, it's the same pills. And sorry about the random pauses, just trying to look, trying to have like 3 different conversations at once. I'll probably just edit that out anyway. Okay, Mikhail Tokarev. I guess it's the exact same fucking pills, isn't it? Yep. So either they were taking all the same meds, or they were all taking the same meds. Okay, what's this? Is this a cigarette? Or, okay, so it's some kind of tube. Maybe it's like a tube of paint. Oh, it's a dog. Cool. Another phone. God damn it. Okay. Okay, so this dude was a painter. More paint, more paint, more paint. Okay, I'm not sure that's supposed to happen. Because, like, I set it down and then, like, the thing shows up. But then, not when it... Yeah. Okay, time for the phone thing. The whole team experienced nausea during a large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned this was not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused a uniform surge in heart rate that was detected in all members of the crew. I reported ISA. March 7th, I reported the nauseous incident to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. This is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. I'm going to experiment with some shock therapy. I discovered the electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I have contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. Computers, man. It's like HAL. This thing's HAL 9000. God damn it. The ISA have reported back informing me today that I have not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me to not discuss this further with the team. And Russian word, which I'm guessing is going to be some kind of insult, I'm continuing to investigate. So it's probably like bullshit or that, something along those lines. I have been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He has been acting differently around me, like I'm like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. I have established a definite correlation against my knowledge. I have been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I used my opportunities in regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He requested that I retire away from the crew. Misinformation. And another Russian word. Is that the same one from before? No, it's not. It's longer. Okay. I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I'm going to attempt an excision. I'm going to remove this implant. April 4th. I'm typing with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I've successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. Tom is very angry. The crew refuses to talk to me. Apparently, I'm a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. April 5th. I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make for a worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. April 6th. Hey, my birthday. Diane informed me ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I am a danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me in the brig. I'm going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team are becoming increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. It does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. Maybe this implant is like the control chip things with the clones in the Clone Wars TV show. April 7th. I have discovered the nature of the implant. It is a complex computer. Interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. Mind control. Cool. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. It seems to interface cruelly with motor neuron cells through the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by this implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact, perhaps a drug. Riluzole? Maybe an antidepressant to minimize the conditioning effects. Combined with a strong electromagnetic field, I could use some of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. April 8th, last entry. I have managed to get Chris on my side. He has agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It will be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I am hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, though I have a feeling he will still be listening. Chris. Wrong way. Chris. Oh god, yeah, it's the dead guy. Oh my god, did Tom kill him? Oh, now I'm wondering if Tom actually killed him. Okay, that's the end of that segment. Well, thanks, game, for making me depressed. Are you gonna buffer again?
These
No,
people
you're
should not
not.
have been sent
Okay.
here. It's not safe.
Manned space travel is not safe. Since mankind first entered space, the debate has raged over the value of manned space travel. There is a large contingent of the ISA that believes all tasks that need to be performed on Europa could be performed by machines. It is obviously less risky to send machines rather than humans into space.
Oh, there's a... Oh, so it's a little, Okay, so that doesn't make new ones, it just, brings them. Okay, note to self, edit this out. Okay, so, wait. Oh, man. You're not, really? Really? Like, come on, man. How am I supposed to do this? This doesn't make any sense. Boom. Yeah, it turns on the bridge. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Push that button. Brings that over. Yes. Drop. Take that. Plug that in. Okay. Now what the hell do I do? Okay, like, I need to figure out some way to trigger this without having to be next to it. Oh, it can't deliver it without the box actually being there. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Sort of. Oh. I just understood what I'm supposed to do. I get it now. I get it now. Okay. And I take the thing now. So that opens up. Boom. There we go.
We sent drones to Earth's moon. Scientists can remotely operate drones. If we did it there, why not here too?
Teleoperation became possible on the moon when the communication latency was reduced to 1.4 seconds. The distance between the Earth and Earth's moon is approximately 1.3 light seconds. This enables near real-time control of drones by scientists. The story is different with Europa, as the distance between Earth and Jupiter oscillates between approximately 32 and 53 light minutes. It takes a very long time for Earth to communicate with Europa. Due to that distance, teleoperation will never be possible on Europa.
Okay, but why not control drones from the satellite?
Why not indeed? My systems can be teleoperated from Europa's satellite. That is when the communication lines are opened. However, the advantages of human field workers apparently outweigh the risks.
1 second, I'll be right back. I need to get something to drink. Okay, how long have I been recording? Wow, 106 minutes. Yeah, the boom, boom, and buffer. God damn it. Why with the buffering? Why is it with the buffering? And, okay, let's see.
Why can't you
This one.
solve these tests, Tom?
I am not permitted to think laterally. Parts of my systems are permitted to use evolutionary algorithms. This simulates what is called creativity. However, evolutionary algorithms can converge on inefficient and ethically suboptimal solutions. Since this is the case, I am only permitted to take actions in response to a set of constraints.
What do you mean by morally suboptimal?
Solutions to problems that transgress ethical boundaries.
I'm not sure I like... I don't like this. I really don't. Oh. Okay, and take this. as to what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here. Wait, okay, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. Take this back. Damn it. Oop. Okay, and then I plug that in here. Pick this, pick this. Boop, boop. God damn it. Why is it taking so long to buffer? Is it still buffering? I can't tell. Oh, it is done. It's
Why
just
does a lack of creativity stop you solving these tests?
Well, I contend that problem solving is creativity. These human interaction tests are exercising your creative mind.
I don't see how problem solving is creative.
Think back to the beginning of these tests, to the first puzzle you solved. It required you to throw a box through a window. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
I simply had never thought to throw a box through a window. That is creativity, thinking outside of the box.
Wait, is this the same voice actress as Sabine from Star Wars? I think it's the same voice actress as Sabine from Rebels. Pretty sure.
Can a computer ever be creative?
They can. But a computer's method of creativity is to try everything until something works. Think of nature. People consider nature creative. The process of evolution by natural selection. It perhaps started with one organism. From there, it essentially tried to create every organism it could. Those organisms that did not survive perished. So, nature's creative force is to try every conceivable idea. Those ideas that work survive.
Okay, so why aren't you permitted to emulate that process?
Because the solutions that a biological process creates are not always good solutions. As we see, nature is morally ambivalent. It will happily create morally suboptimal ideas to fulfill its creative mandate. We see this in parasitic worms, viruses, and pathogens.
Switch to the other side. There we go. Now I take your juice, take the box, damn it, plug it in the box, power cell, and buffer. God damn it.
If you were, do you think you could be creative?
As creative as a human? Certainly. You believe yourself to be a creative. But in mathematical terms, creativity is merely constrained.